Welcome to Tech Brothers with Amir. In this video, we are going to learn a little more complex scenario, and that is very kind of practical scenario where we need to select some data, and from the REST API, we are fetching some data, and but we are not fetching the entire data. We are going to work with the data set and get only the required records, and then finally we are going to write to the Azure SQL database. So let me explain this scenario and that make sense or not. You guys are gonna take from there. I'm using new headphones, really kind of annoying. So spending some time here. Anyways, so see right there, we have this data, and this is a dummy website I'm using here, and they have a list of employees. Once I click there, it got me here. So it has a total 23 employees, and here you can see that that's the first ID, employee name, and then you have salary, and then you have employee age, and then you have profile image, and that's a blank value there. So it has data for multiple employees. Now what's going to happen if I will click right there, and let me take this to the new tab right here, and I click right there, and I did some I was experimenting. So if I will provide number 2 here, what's going to happen? It's going to only return me, okay, too many requests. Okay, let me redo it. uh, because I've been using this website for quite a bit time, and it's giving me error like it's free, and now I'm using it multiple times. So anyways, so you see right there, it is only returning me now the data for employee number 8. Now that's a very real scenario. And think about a scenario maybe where we would like to only get select the data for 3 employees, employee number 5, 6, 7. So how we do that? In the previous videos, what you guys have seen that I got the entire data, and what happened, then we wrote to the SQL table. That's one way to do it. And then you can delete what you don't need it, or bring everything to the staging and then keep it. But that's not going to be a real scenario, because there are only ways you might have to play with the query, or the URL you're providing, and get the specific data, okay, instead of getting everything. So let's work on that part. Let's go to the Azure Data Factory here, and we create a new pipeline. Now I'm going to, first of all, as I said, that I would like to select the data for a few employees. Maybe you want to save that information like list of employees in some table or file, and then take from there. You can also save those information in the parameter, and then do it. But I would like to rather do in some table, and where if I need to make changes, I can make change, and then I just use the lookup to select that. So I'm going to go ahead and use the lookup, and in the lookup, uh, let's do one thing. Maybe we can create the table right here, new query, and in this table, what we are going to say, create table employee list. Okay, and this is going to have only IDs. Okay, so insert into db.employee list, and here we will say values, and 1, 2, or maybe 3 or 4, whatever, you every time you have different. So and 10, these 3 employees, we want like to select the values from them. And now tomorrow, if you come back here and say, oh, I want to change the list of employees for me, or I want to add more employees, you can always have that. So there could be regions or other type of information you can have it to. I'm going to select the ID here, and now we will take this ID, and what we'll do, we will use in the lookup. I'm going to go to setting here, create a new data set, and select Azure SQL DB. Okay, right there, new link service. Already the link service is there, but I'm going to create one for you. So select my subscription, select my server name, select my database name, and provide my username, and then provide my password, and test connection is successful. And now we are all good here. I'm not going to provide any table or anything here, because I will be using a SQL query. So I will click on query, and I will just paste the query here. Now if I would like to preview the data, I can click here, and it is returning me only one ID, and I can remove this first row only, because I would like to get 3 rows. So now I'm getting the right information. Now I'm going to click cancel this one, go to the next, and I'm going to bring a for each, because I would like to loop through these IDs and use them in each of the parameter. Okay, so you remember that here I have to, this is my entire list, but I have to provide a backslash 1 2 3 or whatever, and that's why I'm using this one. Okay, so that's all right. And actually what I can do, I can copy this for now. Okay, now I go back here, Azure Data Factory. Here we are going to use the for each, go to settings, and in the settings we are going to go click right there and select our lookup. In the lookup we are not doing anything, we are going to say output dot value. Okay, so we got the IDs here. Now we are going to go inside the for each loop and bring the copy activity. So bring the copy activity. In the copy activity, go to source, and here we are going to create our data set. Now we need to select the data from the REST API. So we are selecting a REST here, and now linked service, a new linked service, and I'm going to go with the base URL. Here I will just remove that because \1, this returns me the data for only one employee. Okay, so if I will do \1, it's going to return me for number 1. If I will do \2, number 2 employee, and number 3 and number 4 and all that. But I'm going to leave this guy till here, and then go to the anonymous verification authentication, because I don't have username, password and all that. So I'm going to go with the default, and it's so free, so I'm going to hit the create and hit OK. Now I'm going to request method is equal to get, and the request timeout, request interval, and all that you can add to it. I don't have any additional headers. If I would, I will add them. Now right there, this is our source. So open this source, and then you see right there, there is a relative path, or sorry, URL. And that's where I can pass that value. So if you go all the way there, this is my actual value, and then I can put number 1 here. Okay, so if I do that and try to test connection, and test this connection should be successful, and see, it is all good here. But right here I need to provide the value from the to lookup, so I can't do that here, so I have to create a parameter. This is called the, I'm going to call this one p data set parameter. Okay, so this is inside the data set. Okay, go to connection back, and here we are going to use that p data set parameter. Okay, hit OK, and now we are going to go back to our pipeline, and in the pipeline this parameters appear there, and we are going to map this one to the for each loop item dot id. Okay, so that's our id is returned, right? So this is mapped there. So now p data set parameter is going to get the value from id and then pass to the our URL there, and that's how it's going to be building. Okay, so inside the lookup, you guys already know that we are returning the values from the table. Those are 1, 4, and 10 employee numbers. Okay, now we go to the sync, and in the sync, I'm going to go to the new, and I'm going to say Azure SQL, and here we already have created the link service, and that is the Azure database too. Okay, now don't do anything, hit OK, and come back here in the open, and we will provide a table name. So I'm going to go and say table name is going to be Tech Brothers Demo Rest. Okay, so that's our table name. Hit OK, and we don't have to do much here. And what's going to happen, we are going to come back here in the sync and say auto create table, because I do not have any definition as of now. So we are going to just go ahead and create an auto table, and we are going to go to mapping, and that's where we are going to select some mapping for the columns. So click on import schemas. It's going to get the definition from the our REST API, and that's how it will be all good there. So see right there what happened, import schemas. Let me go back in the source. I believe we made a small mistake there. So we are in the source, hit open, and we are going to hit edit, and here we should be putting backslash. Hit save, go back to your pipeline, go to mapping now. Now what we are going to do here, so import schemas, it is in type 1 is fine, so that's our ID returned. And now let's see what happened. Okay, it failed, and let's take a look at what happened. It says too many attempts. So the problem is like I've been using this website for a long time, and I've been testing, and that's where they don't like me anymore. So if I will go ahead and provide ID 5, let's see what happened now. Now the information came back, and from the data node there is ID, employee ID, and all that information is coming. We don't need the message, and we also don't need the status. So we need actually these columns from that data set. If I will go back and I will show you, see right there, this is the status success that I don't care. I need this part of it inside the data. I just need this inside that. Okay, so I don't need any other thing. So and this was the message at the end. That's why I don't need that either. Okay, so we go back here in the our pipelines here. Sorry, and right there, mapping is good. You can change the data type, whatever you want. I'm including all the columns here. So this looks fine. So if you want to select the right data types, I will suggest you to do that. You can always select here, but in my case I'm just fine with that. Okay, so now we are going to go to the debug session, and here we are going to click. What's going to happen is going to get the list of the IDs, so that's 1, 4, and 10 from our table, from the Azure table, and then lookup, once the lookup will get the values, it's going to pass those values to the for each, and for each is going to uh, go to the REST API. Each time it's going to take one value and build that URL, and then throw that and get the data for us to the SQL. So let's take a look here. Query timeout and all that is here. So that's right there. So let's go to lookup. In the lookup, we have ID1, ID4, ID10. So these are the values of our lookup got. And then what we have there in the for each loop is going to tell us you have total 3 counts. So looks fine. Now we go to the copy data, and here is the information, and these are all the source columns and everything. And then you have right there, that's output, and then it's gonna show you just like, okay, it read one row, and then it has written one row, not a whole lot to see here, but it went 3 times and extracted data for us. So each time it went, just to let you know, you guys see inside the relative path played a role here. So if you go to the sync, and then in the sync, what happened here, you go to the open, and sorry, here and the source actually. So go to the source, and in the source, if you go open, and that's where you see right there, that's where the parameter was passed. So 1, 4, and 10 was passed every time. Now let's go back here and take a look on the Azure table. I'm gonna click right there and see the tables, and what we have there, the table should be there, and this is our table, Tech Browsers REST. Right click and view the data, and there are 3 records. So for ID1, ID4, and ID10, the data is there. So this is how you will use the relative URL in the REST API, and get the required data from the REST API by using Azure Data Factory and write to the SQL table. Thank you very much for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.